How's it going, everybody? Shirtless Danny coming at you. Early morning, Chiang Mai. Not early. It's 8:30 or something. Like I said in the live thing in the description, Audrey told me that I should probably document this part, even though it's not exactly a part I thought I'd be documenting. But it looks like the end of Chiang Bang, at least on this land, is here. So I honestly have no idea how to feel right now. I know I'm smiling, but I think it's more out of being uncomfortable about it, I guess. I've been kind of anxious, not anxious, whatever the opposite of anxious is, to come here. Just having to see what's going down, and oh my God, so much has changed already. But I'm over here at one of the baskets that I got to move out of one of the construction sites that they're building over here, and it looks like they're taking up a pretty big chunk of land. As you can see behind me, in about 2 days, they've already built structures for the workers here. Typically, most of the workers in Thailand, especially under construction situations, they live on the construction site or near the construction site. They've built a bathroom already, an outhouse, and some living quarters for some of the workers. And they're probably going to build a few more, probably out of the foundation for the island hole that I got over here. This is a bummer. This is just unexpected, like it just kind of popped up out of nowhere. I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but you know how like you dread taking a vacation for anything longer than like a few days because you just feel like, if you go, something's going to blow up. Well, that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I doubt there was anything that I could do to stop this, if I was here. But still, it's just a blow. It's just a blow. There's already some stuff happening, and Audrey and I were trying to celebrate our 8-year anniversary, and still in the midst of some personal things going on, and some things with the family, and some other stuff that hit before that. And when it rains it pours, domino effect, I suppose. This is all test of endurance, I guess. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one that knows that feeling. But so, within a couple days of getting the news that things were going crazy over here with construction and pulling down trees and cutting down stuff, Jesus Christ. Like, this entire area is all gone. It's completely different now. They've pulled down almost a dozen trees. They've taken down the flower garden that's behind that, which is a place we weren't accessing before. But, a lot of work went into this place. And not just me. I mean, I did the majority, but, a lot of people were involved. I'm not exactly sure what to say to that. But so far, when I got the news, I got more than half the baskets off the course, at least in the areas that were under construction. This particular spot, we lost our par 5 and some other spots. We've still got 6 baskets on the course, including the one that I'm about to move over to an area that isn't under construction. So there's still half a course here that's playable. Thanks, John. Fuck. Shit. But there's still six baskets over here. Still, a rough course. Some of the holes that are already in play will still be playable. And then, maybe we can make some connecting holes that just kind of complete a circle and just kind of go safari until we're fully kicked off. I'm not exactly sure if they're using the whole land or half the land or any kind of portion. I'm hoping to run into the owner after I get done here over at the restaurant. She usually is there in the morning. But I'm trying my best to look at the beauty. That's a big battle sometimes, and right now is definitely one of those times. The 7 baskets that have gone from the course are now in the hands. Hang on, let me read this. I always try and read this stuff. Bummer, bro. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Yeah, so the blessings, the cool parts about all of this is the 7 baskets that have been taken off the course are now in the hands of a slew of people. Everybody that grabbed a basket is a teacher. A few people that have contributed directly to this course, people like James and John, they took a couple extra baskets for the purpose of spreading disc golf to their schools, which I think is really the best way to treat this situation. Honestly, I think, we don't have Chang Bang anymore, but well, at least not in the way it was. It was such a good layout too. It's like my favorite layout so far. But putting the disc golf baskets into the hands of those teachers, I think, is going to spread disc golf in a way that I can't do simply by making a course. And I can't be more grateful for that opportunity, again, just making the best out of a situation and hoping that the sport actually gets ingrained here somehow before I end up leaving, before Audrey and I end up moving, whenever that might be. Is really that's the real goal here. It's not necessarily to build a course, it's to spread the sport. And where the course was here, it was a decent staple for almost 2 years now. It taught me a lot of shit that I don't think I would have learned otherwise, and maybe it served its purpose. We'll find out. It all depends on how we treat it at this point. In the midst of that as well, my lovely also posted up that the baskets were needing to get moved on a women's group that's out here. And beyond just the baskets and the already made plans that were the hopes for not just the course, but also to spread the sport, I've had an additional 3 or 4 teachers inquire about getting a basket for their school as well. Which, that's amazing. That's amazing. I really feel like, yes, this is the end of a chapter. And it's a hard one. It's a hard one for me. I've got a lot of personal stake into this. The next chapter that's opening up, I think, is something that's turning into hopefully something more beautiful than what I was able to actually rock with my own 2 hands. Are still worth it, making lemonade out of lemons, yeah. So Between the teachers that are here already that have baskets, that's about 3 or 4 schools between them. And then that's also including Grace International, where I've already been asked to build a course on their school grounds. We're just now, now that I have the baskets and I could probably get that up and running, we're just now waiting for them to clear the area that we designated for the course. Which is perfect timing because it's almost the end of rainy season. It's probably not going to grow back all crazy or anything. So if we were going to do it, this would be the time. Yeah, Ryan, thanks, man. And then with the addition of having 3 or 4 more teachers ask for a basket themselves, just one, and I'll try to accommodate with discs and things like that. It seems like something's growing from the ashes, kind of Phoenix situation. It's and I'm trying my best to allow that to kind of overshadow how I'm feeling right now. But it's I'm neck deep in it. I've been avoiding coming here this whole time to not see this, and while that is in mind, it's hard to keep it as a buffer. To know that still some awesomeness is going to be coming from this. So, but here, this is me documenting, this is me putting myself out there and just seeing where it goes from there. But let's do this. Come on. This is that moment where you got beat down. You've been beat down before, and this particular time it's just hard to try and get back up. But whatever fucking choice do you got? It's, am I gonna give up? I've worked too hard. I can't let something like this stop me. And there's also Lana Rock Garden still. So I just saw that, Dominic. Thanks. So we still got Lana Rock Garden, which is now going to get a lot of my focus since I don't necessarily have to focus too much over here. We still have yet to make the baskets over there, which I'll still have the sponsorships, which I hope in light of this and with the tournaments that I'm still hoping to throw, I can still make good with that. Like everything's still tucked away. I haven't really been doing much spending from the fundraising aspect. And my fear was that I would end up having to refund everybody's sponsorship, but I think it's too soon to tell. I need more information. We need to see where we can go from here, and we need to see what we're capable of, because luckily now there is a small support system growing out here. There's a great group of guys that I've been in constant contact with for about 4 or 5 days now. And that out here, of the players. And thanks, Alex. We have been having regular conversations about what we can do, how we can make this work. They themselves have been the direct people that have gotten the baskets off the land. So everybody seems to be trying to do what they can to make sure that this next chapter is a booming one, which I think is a huge. That's huge, also. Finally to have some regular help. Instead of the spontaneous or sporadic, random tourists coming through helping out, or something like that. It's nice to know that there's some guys here that are probably here for the long haul that definitely want to see the sport grow, and just that in of itself is a really good feeling. That definitely helps. But I was going to do some pretty fun drone footage out here too. I was practicing, doing some good work on that. So it's not dead by any means. Lana Rock Garden is going to look gorgeous. It's definitely going to be a beautiful course to get up and running, and there hasn't been any hiccup in the involvement of that. if I end up having to refund the sponsorship money, that's no problem. You know, I still got it all tucked away where it was when it got donated, so it's not hard to send that back if it has to happen. And even if that does happen, that doesn't mean anything. It's just, you know, the focus has to be on the sport growing here. It can't necessarily be on the tournaments even, which is, that's hard to say, but it's not the goal. That's not the goal. The tournaments were meant to help boost the sport. And if there's just so little time, so little time to get things done. So I'll keep everybody posted on that, and still, you know, to everybody that's sponsored, I'll definitely keep you posted for sure. And you know, all the efforts of everybody that have been trying to help grow the sport from afar and stuff, I'm, you know, my heart's breaking right now for everybody else. You know, I mean, my sacrifices personally they pale in comparison in my mind, you know, to the efforts that everybody has been trying to do with me. So I'll keep everybody posted. Keep an eye out for Lana Rock Garden, looking dope. And there's still some really good ideas that can happen for the tournaments in terms of Changbang. You know, I'm looking into maybe getting a golf course, set up a disc golf course over on a golf course here. There's a couple places that I'm sure are hurting for funds, and if we have 15 people dedicated to the tournament, that's a good chunk of change to maybe rent out the golf course for, say, 4 or 5 hours out of the day, so they can still make a little bit more money on top of that. And who knows, maybe that'll turn into a lucrative situation. You know, everybody loves disc golf on golf courses. It's so pretty, you know, it's so pretty. And then this lady, you know, the lady that owns this land, I have no hard feelings towards her. This whole thing was built on, you know, there was no contracts. There was no verbal, hey, you got the land declaration or anything like that. This was bound to happen. You know, I just thought that I had enough time before, you know, to get the tournament going, and then, you know, see what happens from there. But obviously that's not going to work. But she's a rich lady. She owns a lot of land. You know, if I can talk to her, she may have another designated area that where her land's not doing nothing, you know, and maybe it's still close to here. I'm still hoping to try and get a course if I can find another spot. I'm definitely hoping to still have it on the northern side of Thailand, since Lana Rock Garden is closer to the southern side. You know, that way people, you know, from all over have at least, you know, they're only 20 minutes from a course, you know, even if they're an hour from the other. And I've also scouted out some other spots. Chaz Burton, who's part of the group, has been working on an area near him. He just doesn't have access to baskets. He's one that grabbed one from here. You know, so I'll be checking out his spot and seeing if maybe all of this could possibly maybe transfer over to that area. You know, it's a beautiful spot, I know, by a beautiful touristy lake that a lot of people go to, both local and international. So it's definitely not out of the realm. But there's happens to be a spot pretty much right down the road from here that I definitely want to check out, that I keep driving by. So there's, you know, starting over, starting over is a bitch. You know, this is my baby. Changbang's my baby. As much as I want to make sure Lana Rock Garden gets up and running, and how much passion I have about that, this is the place that I have, like, blood, sweat, and tears for. You know, like, this is the place that I've definitely tried my damnedest. You know, I've been out here cutting grass. I was out here, I think I personally have picked up over 120 bags of trash off of this place, and you know, made a lot of great friends, met a lot of awesome people that have come through and checked out the course. And, you know, this place is going to be a photo album for me, you know, and I thought I'd be here for a while. So I'm a little bummed. And now I got to walk a heavy ass basket about 500 meters that way. With flip-flops on in a flooded course. All right, guys. I think that's all I got in me. I probably talked longer than I needed to, but thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody keeping up with the info and trying their best to support from afar. keep your fingers crossed. I'm still not laying down on this, you know. It's just right now it's a big blow, so I'm taking a second to stand back up. That's all. Yeah, setback. Definitely a setback. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate it. Any kind of love would be appreciated. Talk to you soon, man.